Hot Springs, North Carolina may be off the beaten path, but it packs a hearty punch. And we're going to show you exactly why this small town is so special today, and also tour 2 different homes.
Okay, so we think we're on the right road now.
So stick with us, hang out, enjoy the ride, let's go. So Hot Springs doesn't have that many people. There's only 520 real locals that live here. And it's in Madison County, which is one of my favorite counties around Asheville. It's kind of one of those places that has a lot of rich history, Madison County in general. It's also where Marshall is located. There's a lot of mountain folks here. So it's this really cool conglomeration between the rich cultural history of the mountains here and what that stands for, like moonshining and porch picking and nature and living off the land and all that. And then the French Broad River comes through here too, which is one of the oldest rivers in the world. And it's beautiful and it's massive and it runs deep through these hills, through these mountains. And there is kayaking and rafting and this huge river culture that happens here. And then on the other hand, this is one of the 3 towns on the Appalachian Trail, where the Appalachian Trail goes straight through the town. So what you'll see every once in a while is that people will be hiking the trail, the 2,400 miles of trail, and they will roll through Hot Springs, North Carolina, and they'll meet some people, or they'll fall in love with the land and they'll never leave. So there are people that have been here for what, Justin, 30 years? Justin's been here 30 years. Hanging around here for 30 years because they just happened to get stuck on the Appalachian Trail in a town called Hot Springs, North Carolina. Are you walking the trail? Is that what people say?
Yeah, I am.
How's it going?
It's going well. It's been 3.5 weeks so far, so almost at 300 miles.
Are you by yourself most of the time, or are you with people?
I just met someone the other day, actually. We've been walking together for the past couple of days, but for the most part, yeah, you kind of run into people and transient relationships, you know?
Yeah,
you run
just
into
like
people,
traveling, sort of.
You never know when you're going to see them again, but you might see them in another town or at a restaurant.
Is this the first town that you've happened upon?
No, this is probably number 4 or 5
4?
so far, but the first one that the trail actually crosses through.
Oh, that the trail goes through, yeah. One of the charming features of Hot Springs is the railroad track that runs right through town. And you'll remember when you watch the video in Marshall also has this railroad track. And there's something charming about this because it doesn't run as much as it used to, but just to have a railroad and a train that goes through town and that coming through the mountains carrying stuff. So we have the Appalachian Trail, we have the French Broad River, we have the abundance of mountains and nature and water. Along with the culture here, it makes it such an appealing place to live. And that's exactly what we do, is we help people find their perfect place here in Hot Springs and around Western North Carolina. So reach out any of the ways down below. We're happy to help. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna explore Hot Springs town today, and then we're gonna go view a couple of homes too, and see what it would be like to own a home here, to perhaps live here full time, or maybe you just have a second home here. So stay tuned, we're gonna let you check it all out with us. So not only is there the French Broad River, but there's also Spring Creek that runs through the town too. And we are walking on the Red Bridge now, which goes over Spring Creek. And there's a lot of water right now because guess what? It's been raining for 2.5 days in Asheville and Hot Springs and all over Western North Carolina. And that's kind of what we see sometimes, is we don't have a ton of flooding, but when it rains, it pours, as we know in life. You'll notice, normally the water is not as muddy as it is, but it's all been a little bit disturbed right now because of all the rain that we had. Now, we're just walking back towards town a little bit, and we're noticing here's the Red Bridge Lodge, and so this is being able to be rented for events and whatnot, and vacation rentals it looks like. There's all these cute little cottages all over town that people buy. They may come to visit or whatnot, but they buy and they rent out when they're not here. Because it is a little bit a ways away from civilization. It wasn't until very long ago you couldn't even get cell phone service here. I remember I used to come here for a festival every year, and sometimes it would coincide with Mother's Day, and I'd always have to go to the payphone on the corner and call my mother on Mother's Day because there was no cell phone service in Hot Springs for the longest time. RedBridgeCottage.com. Check it out online. Look at this stone cottage. It's so adorable. I don't know if it's rented right now, so I want to be careful. How cute. How cute is this? So this is like a hop, skip, and a jump from the main street in Hot Springs. Perfect opportunity. Like if you wanted a mountain home that has a lot of character and charm and exudes like Western North Carolina, Hot Springs is a really cool place to think about. Like I said, you have that mountain culture along with all the outdoor activities that you can do. And just like the solitude that comes with being, 45 minutes north of Asheville. If you need to run into town and maybe there's a big show that you want to see or theater performance or go to a special restaurant, you can do it. But then you can really kind of stay in the wilderness. You can stay away from everything else. Oh, this is, what's it called? Big Pillow. We're here at Big Pillow, which is, I think it's been here for a few years now, and it's so super fun. This is a taqueria and a brew house in Hot Springs, and so it kind of shows how Hot Springs is kind of growing up a little bit and changing direction. But this is owned by a person who's been coming to Hot Springs for years and years and was part of that festival that I was telling you about called the French Broad River Festival, which was my favorite thing that I ever did in my life. And you can imagine this place just kind of packed out, and there's some music happening up there on the stage and some people eating tacos and drinking some beer after getting off the river for the day. There's just such a lively camaraderie and like lively scene in Hot Springs. Something happens like when you meet people here and when you hang out with people here, there's like this little bond that transpires. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's in the water or the air or the river water. It's definitely a feeling and a vibe and a magic that accompanies the town of Hot Springs. Okay, let's go check out the rest of the town. Here we are on the corner. We're getting ready to walk down Main Street, but we're on the corner right now. And here's where that phone booth was that I used to call my mom from every Mother's Day.
This is the old laundromat.
Oh, that was a laundromat. Okay. As we're entering town, you'll probably hear some motorcycles driving by, because motorcycles love to drive up this way. Why do they love to drive up this way? Just the windy mountain roads?
Yes.
Well, they like to make a lot of noise, so just know that. If you're gonna be living or vacationing near Main Street, there's gonna be a lot of noise. And then what did this used to be?
This was the Paddler's Pub.
The Paddler's Pub! Oh my gosh, I couldn't remember the name of it, but I've had so many memories here from like getting off the French Broad River after a wonderful day of rafting and then going here and being so hungry, and there's like live music and beer and hanging out. Okay, here's the Spring Creek Tavern and Inn. So there's not a ton of restaurants in Hot Springs. Are you open?
We are open.
Can we do a walkthrough? We're making a little video about Hot Springs.
Walk on through.
How long has this been open?
We will be here 10 years, July 1st.
10 years. Okay, cool. They're a little Grateful Dead in
Oh,
there.
there's a little bit of everything in there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So there used to be an old T-shirt that says, "What do you do when you see a bear in the woods?"
Uh-huh.
And on the back it said, "Play dead."
Uh-huh.
And then it was like a still your face with like a camp scene with Owlsy bears in it and stuff.
And so that's kind of based on that.
yeah, it's kind of on that.
Cool, this is so cute because it's right on Spring Creek. Let's go down here so I can show. Yay, this is right on Spring Creek. And Spring Creek is rocking at this time. Now, I think you can go down this once it gets to a certain level of water. So when you get to 1 foot on the gauge on the bridge, you can go down Spring Creek, but most of the time it's not runnable. You can look behind me. This is the whole town of Hot Springs. I mean, there is not much to it. You blink and it's like, boom, it's gone. Look at the post office over here. Hot Springs, North Carolina, 28743. It's tiny. I mean, there's only 540 people that live here, like really live here. The rest of the people are coming through. And so here's the tourist center. So let's go in there and check out the tourist center. Hey, good. And how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
I love your
You're
glasses.
checking out the vortex of heaven?
The vortex of heaven?
With a camera?
What are some other ways that people describe Hot Springs?
Another dimension?
Another dimension?
Yeah.
I love
Where happiness lives?
you.
Yeah.
I love your
no,
style.
We love everybody. We might not like everybody, but we definitely love everybody.
Aw.
And there's no way we hate anybody here.
Sure
I feel good every year. I feel good every day, every moment. As soon as I open my eyes and I have coffee, cake, and ice cream for breakfast, everything's good.
Coffee cake or
And
coffee, cake and ice cream?
And ice cream, right.
The three.
Right. I already have coffee and I'm eating cake right now, and I ate the ice cream before I got here.
Wow. What a celebration of life. How long have you been in Hot Springs?
Not long enough.
Okay.
Yeah, I got here about 13 years ago. I came down to visit my sister.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you didn't leave after that?
No.
Are you still staying with your
Why would you
sister?
leave if we found
Such a great place.
if we found the vortex of heaven? I believe in peace, love, and harmony.
I love that, and I absolutely agree with you. Now, would you say that you represent a large part of the population in consciousness in Hot Springs?
No.
No. So what do the other perspectives look like?
There's only 3 things in Hot Springs, and it's the only 3 things that everybody wants and everybody comes here for. Unfortunately, we're a vortex, but also that's a good sign, so
Yeah.
it stays the same way. But the 3 things in Hot Springs and Madison County is all we have here, especially Hot Springs, is food, music, and what else?
Well, you have the trail, you have the river,
Nature.
you have
Music,
yeah,
food, nature. That's
Yeah.
all you ever need.
to feel good.
And love is what everybody
and love.
else.
Yeah.
Love. That's a natural, that's a given. And hopefully it's not a hate, because then you give them something else.
And how have you seen Hot Springs change in the last 13 years?
I haven't seen it change at all.
Really?
No, I'm kidding.
I'm like, what?
It really hasn't changed. I think more so, if anything, the generations are changing. So the younger generation definitely has come up wonderful here because it's so natural. The kids are so natural. Once they get out of here, and the schools and everything, so they go to like outdoor schools to learn how to survive and live. And I would take that education any day for any child, then give them a public education in some school or private school in some city or somewhere else that you had to pay for this kind of education. The education you get here cannot be found anywhere else, unless you're on a farm.
What kind of people do you greet here?
Everyone,
Who comes here?
everyone. They come from everywhere.
There's no
Most-
pattern?
No, well, there is a pattern because
Okay.
first of all, you got the Appalachian Trail, so obviously.
Yeah, so there's a lot of through hikers that are coming
Always, all year round. So they go one way and the other. We're only 269 miles from Georgia, so they start out and they come through here during the spring, all the way into midsummer, and then by midsummer, and then on top of that, you've got tourists and then section hikers all year round too. On top of it, and there's everybody just kind of just loves the peace and quiet and just to kick back, lay back.
I've never felt more welcome in a welcome center.
And I haven't even started with you, young lady.
Oh, you can start.
Don't even be laughing now. Wait till I get to you.
I know.
So if you live in Hot Springs and you need to get some stuff done and you need some supplies or some tools, there's no Lowe's or Home D anywhere around. I guess you'd have to go to Weaverville for that. So most of the people here just go to this hardware store that's called Gentry, and it's been here for the last, I don't know. Oh, 1946, don't make me do math. How many years that is. So you can get anything here. I mean, it's like blast from the past. I think we should totally go in and check it out. Whenever I travel, I think it is so fun to go into grocery stores, of course, because there's different foods everywhere. But then, like supply stores. So like whenever I go to different places, I'd like go and see what they got, what they need. Like if you're in India, they're like a bunch of plastic buckets and stuff. Oh, here's plastic bucket. Moon pies. Okay, so here's the deal. Like this is not kitschy. This is not like someone's placed this here as like a throwback or anything like that. Like this is real. This is a hardware store in Hot Springs that has moon pies. Still, I love that.
pies are good.
I love that. Look at these little kids' tools. Oh, I should get these.
Put them kids to work.
They don't do anything, my kids. Oh, look at this hat. Okay, so it's not exactly rafting season yet in Hot Springs, but it's really close. When does it start? May. No, it's starting right now. Okay, so it's not super busy right now, but it will be. And this is Hot Springs Rafting Company, which is, I don't know how long they've been around. I don't know them too well. But you can call Rodney if you want to go rafting. And it's super easy, and it's really fun. You probably take out, I don't know, not too far away from here. So it's for all different levels. So just inquire with Rodney. There's lots of other rafting companies all around here. If you're thinking about what it would be like to live 45 minutes north of Asheville in a place that is a vortex to heaven, then feel free to reach out any of the ways down below. We'll hook you up. It could be a really cool fit, especially if you're not going to live here all the time or if you're location independent. I mean, with today's technology, you can pretty much live where you want to and live in a place that fills your heart up And it doesn't have to be close to all the amenities anymore. So it's not that this is even that far away if you think about it, but it's kind of the windy roads that make it take a little bit longer. But really, it's 45 minutes north, and it's absolute heaven. So now we're gonna go check out these homes and see what they're like. What would it be like to buy a home near Hot Springs, North Carolina? We're gonna find out. We are at our first home right now, and it's really cool because it is a tiny home. And it looks like these people are kind of mobile anyway, the people that own this, because they have like a camper van outside, they're of the earth, they are nature loving, they don't require a lot, they live a simple life. And as I was walking up here, I noticed, I was like, what is that noise? And it overlooks the French Broad River. It is absolutely gorgeous. So you have a view of the Blue Ridge Mountains, and you're overlooking the French Broad River on 6.71 acres. It is tiny home living, and you know what? You don't need a ton of space because you are living mostly outside. Think about the weather in Western North Carolina in general. We are outside 3/4 of the year. I mean, we have 3 months of the year that's chilly. It's chilly. Last year we didn't even get snow. My kids didn't even put hats or gloves on all winter. But that just kind of talks to what it's like to live outdoors and indoors, because it allows you to have smaller footprints when you're thinking about square footage in buying homes in Western North Carolina, because the climate is so incredibly mild. Now, we get phone calls all the time from people who are looking to move from places like Florida and California and Texas, even the Northeast where they get a lot of snow. And so, especially Florida though, right now, people are fed up. They can't do it anymore. They're too hot. And they can't imagine a place that really doesn't have any sort of adverse climate activities. And it's quite rare. We don't really have really extreme hot weather. We don't have extreme cold weather. We don't have lots of snow that you have to shovel. We don't have a lot of forest fires. I mean, every once in a while, every few years, you know, we might have something, but it's not detrimental. We've never felt like really at risk. I mean, there are places that did get destroyed, but it's not all over the place. It's not a huge threat. Now, the only thing we do have is floods. But we are also in the mountains, and it's very easy to get up and out of the flood zone, and each property is clearly marked if it's in the flood zone, and it's very rare that it is. Back to the house. Let's check it out. It is a tiny home. How many square feet? 400, give or take. That's really tiny, and it looks like they have a family in here too, so that's kind of wild. But most of that living space is going to be outside, so you're not going to be inside cramped up too much unless you're sleeping or making some food, something like that. I love touring tiny homes because there's so much thought that has to go into making sure that each space is used to the best of its ability. I mean, imagine being a mama in here and you're trying to cook. I bet they do a lot of eating right here just at this bar. Everything is made with such high quality materials too. They have not skimped because it's a tiny home. They even have a full-size couch in here and a little TV, a mini split. But where do they sleep? Up here in the loft? Oh no, there's a bedroom. And we're not gonna go too deep into this because this is someone's bedroom, but this is plenty of room. It's a queen bed in here. Ooh, I want to go up on the loft too. Now these are some steep stairs. You don't want to do that in the dark with a nightgown on, some slippers, in the shade. Oh my gosh. I'm going to hit my head up here. You have to crawl. This is for tiny people or people who just read. Hello! Okay, so there's not a lot of headspace up here, but it is usable. I mean, they have two like little lounge chairs, and you could come up here and read a book and just have a little bit of space away from other people, or make a great playroom for tiny people. So, but like I said, most of your time out here is going to be spent like looking at this view behind us of the Blue Ridge Mountains and the French Broad River, and then over here you have Shut-In Creek, which is a trout-stocked creek, so you could go fishing right outside of your house. I could totally imagine just like taking naps here, like just listening to the river go by. And what's cool about this property is it's really big. I mean, it's 6 acres. So if you wanted to build like a resort or a retreat center or have other little tiny homes on this property, you absolutely could. I think there's even 2 septic systems already in place. And then if you look down below, there's like these wagons that are probably rented on some sort of platform for an experience. I mean, this could probably be rented too. I mean, you could absolutely rent this to people who are vacationing or build lots of other ones and create a whole resort area right here. And it's 5 minutes, 7 minutes maybe from the town of Hot Springs, right on the river with a beautiful mountain backdrop. How much do you think this goes for? Comment down below and let me know what you think, and we'll let you know in just a little bit. So we are in the wilderness on a gravel road headed to our second house, and it's beautiful out here. And actually this gravel road's getting even more smaller. Now it says private dead end, no turn. You think we're on the right road on the GPS? Okay, so it's 3 miles off the main road?
Yes.
Okay. Justin, this is getting crazy. So if it's 0.2 miles from here, should we go on foot? These no trespassing signs definitely are not for us. Oh, this looks good. This is a good sign. Were we on the wrong block? We gotta get out of here. This is not the right spot. So we're gonna back up the whole driveway?
Yeah.
Okay, so we think we're on the right road now.
This is so cool, this little cabin in the wilderness. Whoa. Okay, so it has a cabin exterior, but inside is all white and fresh. And it looks like it's been totally redone. Huh, let's see what we have. Galley kitchen. You would expect from the exterior that it is all cabiny in here, but it's not. So this would be good for someone who likes it light and bright. Okay, let's see. Now look at this living room. How cute. Check out the back. This is not a huge place, y'all. 2 bedrooms. You can sleep 4 people, but pretty large size rooms. Really cute. This is a great little place to have in the woods, away from everything, or a rental. Oh, I love how they've done the green accent wall here. This is cool. This is in the middle of nowhere too. And here we have our rustic exterior front porch, which you could spend many hours just sitting here reading a book. There's some distant mountain views. But I think, y'all, comment down below and tell us how much you think this is, because it's only 2 bedroom, 1 bath. And it has a modular type feel to it. And I believe, now don't quote me because we're going to look, but I believe it is on 9 acres. 14 minutes away from downtown Hot Springs right now. Comment down below and we're going to let you know a little bit later in the video how much both of these houses go for. But I kind of want to head back to town because I'm getting a little hungry. So let's go back to downtown and see if there's more people there now that it's not so early in the morning. See if some more people are walking around. We go to the outfitter store, go get some food, rock and roll. Look at all these stickers. This reminds me of back in the day. Hey, how long have you lived in Hot Springs?
About 20 years.
20 years? Are you still sane, or are you not kind of kooky?
Not really. Yeah,
Little kooky?
I'm a little kooky. I started out pretty kooky.
Oh, you did? So you came here like that?
Yeah.
Okay. And how have you seen Hot Springs change in the last 20 years?
Not much. We have a few more restaurants. The living situation as far as like rent and affordable housing has gotten pretty tough.
Yeah.
So-
Wayne was saying, was that you or somebody else who's just had to
Yeah.
relocate?
Yeah. I've never had a problem renting around here, and pretty much the past couple of years it's just been impossible.
Because people are coming in from other areas?
Coming in from other areas, buying second homes, buying places to rent.
I've heard there's a lot of Airbnbs around here now.
There's a lot.
But is there enough to enough tourism here to fill it up, or is it just seasonal, or do you know?
Yeah,
It's not
I think so. I don't know about
Yeah.
like capacity as far as like, since we got rid of the festivals, that's been huge, and like the biker rallies, the festivals brought masses of people.
Are there no more festivals now?
No, there's a Bluff Mountain Music Festival, but it's only a day festival. No overnight festivals anymore. The town did have something to do with it, but the spa just stopped having them.
So I'm sure you see a lot of interesting people come through here.
Oh yeah, tons of them.
Yeah.
And some stay couple of days, some stayed 35 years.
35. I know. The owner of the store was what? He was hiking the trail and
Yep.
he
And
just
he got here and he started working, and this was 32
32 years ago.
years ago. Yeah, he's had this store for 26 years.
Okay, let's go get a little snack. Oh, I love all these. Okay, what do you want, Justin? You want an energy ball? So you may have seen our Marshall video with Tiffany telling the story about the skunk. Do you remember that? Look, here is a book by Tiffany, Appalachian Lullabies. Can I get the quiche with artichoke and something or other? Yes, please. So in Hot Springs, there is the Hot Springs Resort and Spa, which is really cool. A lot of people book a place here, and this is where the hot springs come out of the ground. And it's not traditional like you think about, like you're sitting with a bunch of rocks and there's these hot springs coming up. It's really a resort and spa, and they have these individual hot tubs, like jacuzzis like you'd think of, that they fill up with the mineral water from the hot springs. And then you rent a time and you go have a little party or relaxing time with your friends or romantic partner. And they also have massages here, and it's a wonderful place. It's also a wedding venue area. It's just absolutely gorgeous, breathtaking, with the Blue Ridge Mountains surrounding it. And it used to be called Warm Springs, not Hot Springs. So the whole town used to be called Warm Springs back in the day, quite a long time ago. Uh-oh. We're getting some thunderstorms coming in, so we gotta make it quick. So anyway, visit the Hot Springs Resort and Spa while you're here. It's absolutely breathtaking and a great experience as well. Hot Springs, North Carolina is so beautiful. But listen, if it's too far off the beaten path for you, check out Marshall right here. You might dig it a little bit more. Until then, ciao for now.